Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This one is gonna be a garden video, so if you're not into that, I'm sorry. But it's not a garden video, it's simply just an update on what I've been doing in my garden, because if you have been following along, you'll know my garden and house is an entire mess because I'm trying to finish all my creative stuff and scale that down. I'm helping people. And at the same time, I'm letting my garden go loose and run away from me, and I'm trying to catch it. So I've been trying to catch a little bit up today. And on top of that, I have for the last month running around with a toothache. And whenever I have my head down and doing something down the ground, bent over, it sends too much blood to my head, and it sends my tooth dung 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 dung. So that's not fun. And you can see I am starved because I'm totally red in my face. So I will say my headache is already started. So about 10 minutes from now, then it's gonna go. However, I did manage to do a lot more today. Probably because I did some stronger painkillers, and I didn't stand with my head down too much today. So that may be what it is. But in any case, let's go and do this. So there'll be some voiceover and some talkie. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm running around with a headache and a migraine, and I've doing that for a month now. So I can only work in the garden for the worst day 20 minutes. Good a day like today, I think I've been at this for about 1.5 hours, and it's still good for now. I have also been taking some stronger medicine, but when I start getting a headache, which I am about there, that's when I stop. Because about 20 minutes after that headache starts, that's when my tooth start. But voiceover is gonna take over because I'm out of breath to be talking to you guys. Yeah, I'm not sure how much of this I'm actually repeating, because I filmed this voiceover after I went out, so I can't remember what I already filmed. But my goal for today were to take all that mulch and put it into containers and bring it out to the front. Then chop up the plastic that was underneath the mulch, half of the mulch, and because that was a very, very thick plastic, like the plastic that is on top of a trailer, cut that in half and then bent that half and then put it down at the hedge to my neighbor and put mulch on top. So I did that, and then I kid you not, the entire garbage thing you saw with mulch in, the green garbage thing, I still have that mulch. So by the end of it all, I have animals underneath that plastic thingy, and I managed to, I believe I've been out and do this for 3 days prior to today, where I've been moving mulch from the plastic over to the tires behind the garage. So yeah, I've been doing that first, and then tearing up some stones, and then moving this mulch now up to the front. And well, I managed to get all of it done, and all the other plastic that was down there has been pulled together and put up on the terrace, and it's going to be thrown out because that's some cheap plastic. But I managed to do all of it and get the last piece of plastic over to the garage that has to go down behind the garage and the hedge, in between those, but I need my neighbor's help to do that. So that's where I'm at right now. On top of that, that little teeny knife I found in my basement, that caught all of that plastic. I was so frustrated with myself because I couldn't find a big thing to chop down branches and that kind of stuff, but I found a little hand cutter, and then I found that tiny knife and said, okay, maybe that will cut it. It cut it like butter. So amazing. So yeah, that was what, almost 2 hours of work today, and with what I'm doing the other days, stones and putting molds in those tires, probably 1.5 hours more, 2 hours more. So let's just round up and say 4 hours in total on clearing all that out. And it's a good time I did now, because we're gonna have rain here in the next few days, so that dirt down there can get some sunlight and some rain and get some air, so they can start growing some grass down there. And I will have to go out with some seeds, which I have, and try to spread that and get that growing. I also have a neighbor that has a weed whacker that I can borrow to get my grass cut down to a certain degree, but I still have a long way to go. But I'm very happy with what I managed to do. So with that said, thank you for watching this short video, and I will see you guys on the next one.